Okay, we are live. Uh, oh my goodness. Janet's so funny with texting something. She's funny. Okay, so anyway, we'll move Malibu. Well, one of the things, my space is littler because I pulled a bunch of my favorite art books. I pulled some of my favorite art books to show, and then we'll color in some medieval majesty. We'll we will give give some pages away. So Riri sent me this book, so we're going to give some of the pages away because there's a ton of them, a ton of these cool looking guys, and yeah, so we'll give some of those away. Let's see. So let me say good morning to everybody. Let's see, Dawn. Okay, yeah, stay away from the keyboard. Let's see, Dawn, View, Laverne, Terry. Let's see. Um, Ambient. Hi, Debbie. Ginger Cat Lady Pam. I didn't see you. Well, maybe this isn't one of your scheduled days, Pam. I didn't see you this morning. Keeks. There's Riri. Let me get a sip of my lemon water. Oh, and wait. I gotta do something real quick. Let me get over here in this drawer. So I don't have the small one. Let's see. But I wanted to show View. Let me get some of the skinny ones too here that I've already cut up. But hang on. I'm in a drawer. I'm in the drawers. So I wanted to show View some of these stretchy strings you can get. This is the thicker ones, and you get them in the jewelry department. You get them in the jewelry. You're gonna have to move, baby. I'm gonna have to put you in the chair. Um, you can get these in the jewelry department, and they come. The pink, of course, is flashing out, but different shades of pink. But you can also get them in a skinny size. So I don't have any skinny size on the card, but you can get them in this size. Oh, okay. Let's get down on the chair. Come on. That's why I bought this chair just for you. Um, you can get them in this skinny size, or you can get them in this fatter size. So anyway, just wanted to show y'all that because I was telling View, instead of using rubber bands or cording that doesn't stretch, she could use that. Okay, so let's see here. All right, snuck up on me today because I hauled up 3 armloads of books. Let's see if I can move this over here a little bit. Um, let's see. All right, let's see who else is here. Ellen. Hi, Janet. Janet, you're so funny. And Kat, I think I saw Kat. She's saying good morning. She beat Tina to the good mornings. Missy. Let's see who else. Scrolling. Yeah, Kat had some internet issues this morning. She texted us and said, so I don't know, my internet's out. And then she did some rebooted the router or something like that. But Janet was going that everybody was going to have to learn to live like a caveman on StreamYard or streaming because Kat's not there to post links. And then she said she reset the router, and Janet goes, "I'm crying over here. The relief is real." Y'all are so funny. Oh, let's see if I can get this to settle in here. Let's see. Ambient. Let's see. Scrolling. Uh, Christina. Let's see. I sound. I sound stuffy. Me? Maybe maybe my books are blocking my. There, is that any better? No, I'm not sick and I'm not stuffy. If you're talking to me, Cat, Ginger Cat Lady, Ginger Cat, no, I'm not. Uh, maybe let me check my, let's see, how do I do this? Let's check the, um, oh, it's on the wrong, I think it's on the wrong, hang on, let me move my, okay, is that better? It should be better. I changed it over to my snowball blue, my blue snowball, whatever it's called. It defaulted to my Logitech. Is that better? Tell me if that sounds better, Pam. Okay, well, I switched it over. It was, it was just, it defaulted to the camera microphone. All right, let's see. It took 5 years off your life. Oh my gosh, Cheshire Cat. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, I switched it. Yeah, okay. Thanks, guys. Yeah. All right, let me get a sip of lemon water. So I pulled a bunch of art books here. We'll get to those in a minute. I pulled 3 armloads of some of my favorite art books. Now I've got a lot of art books, let's just say, but so I'm going to pull some of my favorites and maybe post them on my what do you call it? My not the community tab, the post tab, where I post books every week, and I didn't post one this last week, so yeah. I need to catch up on posts because I've been posting. I think I'm almost up to 180 weeks, 180 weeks of posting some books every week. They're not all art books, of course. They're all different books. But I think I'm going to start posting some of my favorite art books on the community tab. Well, it's not called the community tab. It's called the post tab. They change it. They change things all the time. Anyway, the post tab. Let's see, Lucretia. There's Terry. We're going to pull prompts because especially Terry loves to do them. Angie, Missy and Laverne, Ellen, and Tina's saying good morning to everybody. Let's see, who did I miss here? I don't try to miss anybody. There's Keeks, but I do. So yeah. So that's what I'm going to do. Today I pulled Taschine books, and not all of them, but I pulled 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I pulled 15. I pulled 15 Taschine books. Taschine is this brand, this publisher. And and they come in different sizes. These books, Taschine books, you really need to, when you purchase them off of Amazon, you want to make sure that you're getting the size you think you are because they come in different sizes. They come in this size. I think they might even come in a smaller size, and they come in a larger, like coffee table size. So if you get, and these books they're not expensive at all. So you can be fooled into thinking, oh, I'm getting a coffee table book for $15 or whatever they go for now. And you're really getting this size, which, let me get a ruler. So you got to be careful. Now, let's see here. Let me get my clear ruler. I got to hold up to the light so I can see what it is. So these are about 6 by 8. This is a 6 by 8. I got a couple up here that are a little bigger. This one is 6.5 by 8 3/4. So they come in a little bit. They come in different sizes. So you always check the size that they're selling you in these Taschine books. And I'm not even know if I'm saying that right. Taschine. I don't know. But anyway, they're a good source for reference books. Hi, Fuzzy Falcon. Let's see. Hi, Barbara Chicken Pot Pie Society coming in a singing. All right, sip of lemon water here. And we're going to, Riri gave me this, sent me this book last week. And so we're going to color a page out of it and also I'm going to cut some pages out of here and do some giveaways of some of the pages. I did finish this disc and varnish it. I did post it on, this book's right there. I can't. I did post this on Instagram, so you can kind of see. I called it The Landing. I usually have names for my pieces, but I don't always put it out there what the names of them are. But I called this one The Landing. There's the three little astronauts in there, and so yeah. So I finished that one, posted that on IG. So there's that. Then someone sent me. I don't know who sent it. When I find out who sent this to me, it has Vanessa on it, but I think that's the company it came from. Someone sent me the Quackery. A brief history, the worst ways to cure everything. So whoever, I already asked Riri because Riri's always sending me books. She says no, no, and I don't think she says I don't know if I want to know what that one's about. Anyway, so I do not know. You sent it to me, Kat? Oh my gosh. All right, let me put that on there. Okay, so I don't need the person it came from then. I mean the company, the person that owned it. So let's see, Cheshire Cat. Okay, now we can show something out of it. I like to put who sent me my books in the what do you call it? In the so I know. I sent you a note. There was no note. There was no note on the inside. It was wrapped in some paper and it was well sent. It got here amazing, but I did not see a note in there. Just somebody named Vanessa is the owner, So and so yeah, we'll have to look at this. Oh my gosh. Hi, Ann Makes. Let's see. If I put it in caps, guys, if you're talking to me, Christina. The Ann Laura enabled it. Okay, so Ann Laura enabled it. Okay, all right. Well, then we'll look at it here in a little bit. And of course, we got to do our prompts, and we read out of this is. Oh, sorry, guys. All my books are, pushing everything forward until I show them. We'll zoom in a minute. Anyway, Laverne sent this book that we've been reading out of this year. This is our 2026 book that we read out of a little bit every Monday. And of course, we do our prompts. Let's go ahead and pull those. He's gonna color a picture of me. Well, hey, maybe. Let's go ahead and pull our prompts, Falcon. All right, so let's go ahead and just kind of shuffle them up. And I do have a couple pictures to show too, I think. I saved a couple pictures over the weekend, since last Wednesday. I stream every Monday and Wednesday, 8:30 a.m. till, I don't know, I average till 11:30. But sometimes it's shorter, sometimes it's a little longer. But yeah, so let's go ahead and pick. I get a little stack and we take 5 off the top. All right, so let's move this out of the way. All right, let's go ahead and do this. Hang on, Dee Dee, just knocked me out of my chair. I know. Okay, let's put those back in, fell out. All right, here we go. So, and Terry always loves to do those prompts. She does them so well too. Okay, overalls, scroll, tree world, coat, and circus. You know what? I'm gonna use executive privilege here, and we're not gonna do circus because we just did that not too long ago. I'm gonna change it up. Lilac. We're gonna change it up because we got tree world. We don't need 2 worlds at the same time. A circus world and a tree world. So here we go. Today is June 1st. Can y'all believe that? We are doing overalls, scroll, tree world, coat, and lilac. There we go. You like those, Terry? Good. Okay, so there we go. There's that. Let's move this off the table now. And we'll keep this in my stack of, there we go. All right. Let's see, what is this? Okay, I already did that. And we do have a couple birthdays coming up. I think if I got it right, Cheshire Cats is the 8th of June. And I think, let's see, Terry Brett's is the 15th. So we got 2 birthday months. Everybody here gets to celebrate a month. Whatever your birthday month is, that you get a whole month. Just like Janet and I have birthday months. My birthday month is February. Janet's birthday month is November. And Kat and Terry's birthday month is June. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's see. What am I going to do here first? We're going to save this because we're going to do that after we get done with everything else. Denise sent me. Denise, I did print out. Denise made this of me in Malibu. It's so cute. I just thought that coffee night in the morning with Dee Dee. So, and there's my art, and there's my art, and there's my art, and there's my cat, some of my books, and just a color book page or a sketchbook page. Coffee, because the name of my channel is still technically Coffee and Art in the Morning, but I just have my name there, Dee Dee Willingham, and put in the title of whatever we're doing that day, like color books or today's favorite art books and stuff like that. Hi, Lucretia. Okay, let's see. What did Tina say? It scrolled off already. Tina said, crazy good memory. I don't know. Here's the thing about my memory. I can remember a lot of things, except I don't really remember. I not do a time. Like, Hubs, you go, oh, remember when we were driving to Alaska, we stopped at that restaurant. And he can remember what we ate, what people were talking about in the restaurant. And I go, no, I barely remember driving to Alaska. I so much live in today, guys. I so much live in today. But thank you, Tina, that you think I have a good memory. I do appreciate that, but I don't know. All right, so let's see. All right, let's go ahead and do the book. I don't think I have. I think I've already done these right here. Oh, well, here's famous UFO sightings. I don't know. That's kind of in the news. Let's see. That's what those 2 were. What's this one? Oh, and this is the history of Amazon. I think everybody knows about that. Let's do this. Let's do this little thing on the Segway. Y'all remember the Segway? Now, remember, this book's 10 years old, but it's very fascinating to me. Thank you, Kat, putting the link to the Book of Unusual Knowledge. Do y'all remember the Segway? These little scooter things? I think they're still around. I think like downtown Atlanta has something like these that you can rent them and ride around downtown, that kind of thing. Well, they used to. I don't know if they still do, like to this day, but down around the museum and in that area always makes me think of Mall Cop. Yes, Falcon, Mall Cop. Yes. Okay. All right. We're going to read the Segway. All right. Let me see about my cameras there. All right. The Segway. In 2001, mastermind Dean Kamen, Kamen, a self-taught physicist and established inventor, developed the Segway, a product that he claimed would make walking obsolete. When I do the air quotes, it's literally there's quotes around it. That's why I do the air quotes. Would make walking obsolete. Kamen had previously patented a phone book-sized portable dialysis machine, a non-polluting engine, and more than 150 other contraptions. The Segway is officially termed to be a human transport device. Segways, PTs, personal transporters, have electric motors and drive the apparatus at speeds up to 12.5 miles per hour. The Segway is designed with redundant technology. This means that the device features duplicates of its important pieces of hardware. If one function fails, an internal computer uses a duplicate function to keep the machine stable long enough for the rider to hop off safely. Segways respond as if they're controlled by the raiders. I can see a bunch of raiders. There we go, Terry. A bunch of Segway raiders in Tree World. A bunch of Segway raiders. Oh my gosh. Segways respond as if they're controlled by the rider's thoughts alone. The secret of newer segways is the control shaft, which sways in sync with the rider as he or she wants to turn. So you kind of sway and it goes with you. You operate a Segway like this: turn it on, step onto the two-wheel platform, grip the waist-high handle, lean forward, and off you go. It is illegal to use Segways on streets, roads, or highways. They are allowed on sidewalks and in bike lanes. Most Segways can travel about 12 miles before they need to be recharged. Despite a lot of media attention, Segways haven't sold very well. As of 2010, only about 50,000 units have been sold. So, and again, this book is 10 years old. So I'm not sure how many they are now, But anyway, it was kind of interesting, right? Okay, let's see. Belinda, hello, Belinda. Scrolling, see who I've missed come in. Let's see. And then, of course, there's Tina. Tina said another commercial. Okay, Tina. Well, let me know if it gets too many. We don't want too many ads, but we want some ads because that's how, YouTubers get paid by the ads. All right, just click them closed, guys. Just click them closed, And yeah, okay, let's see. Leona, hi, Leona, Pamela. So there we go. That's a book of unusual knowledge. And yeah, thank you, Laverne. All right, then Cheshire Cat sent this. Let's do a little quick review of this. Oh my goodness. Okay, so this is quackery, and apparently Cheshire Cat said that Anlar enabled this purchase to be sent. Quackery, a brief history of the worst ways to cure everything. Lydia Kang, MD, and Nate Penderson. All right, and I already wrote Cat sent this to me in here. Okay, so let's see what we got. Let's do a little quick review of the contents. Elements, prescriptions from the periodic table, plants and soil, nature's gifts, tools, slicing, dicing, dousing, and draining. I think we'll pass on that one. Animals, creepy crawlies, corpses, and healing power of the human body, and mysterious powers, waves, rays, and curious airs. So those are the different things. Okay, so let's just go with one of the elements. Let's just go with gold. That's been a, alchemist dream thing, All right, so let's go with gold, and that's on page 35. Let's go ahead and and I've not even had a chance to really look through this. I mean, first I wanted to see who sent it to me and if they liked me. Shaz, did I see your message? No, I did not. I was reading. I did not see your message. Let me scroll back and see if it's still there. I can't read two things at once, but I will scroll back. Let's see. Scrolling. Thanks for the birthday wishes, Fibs. Is that what you're saying? You got to put it in caps if you're talking to me. You have to put it in caps if you're talking to me, guys, because I glance over and look for things in caps. So is that what you're saying? Thank you for the birthday wishes, Shaz. When's your birthday? I don't remember. See, what you call it. Tina said I have a good memory. Okay, a fourth ad over here. Okay. I'll look in the settings. I'll look in my YouTube slash, what do you call it? I don't think I can change anything or go research it while we are. Let me make a note though. Y'all just put up with it for today. If I have to go change something, StreamYard changes things, and if you click the wrong thing, I'll go check it out. Okay, let me see. Okay, I wrote a note. So if there's too many ads today, I'll go look. I'll research it after. I can't do it during the stream, so y'all have to just put up with if there's too many ads. I'll look into it after the okay. So all right. Oh, here we go. Pam said I had to set mine to medium. Okay, I'll do that then, ginger cat lady. But I don't think I can do anything while we are streaming. So y'all just have to put up with extra ads today if that's the case. But Pam said to set it to medium. Okay, I'll do that, Pam. Thank you. All right, so there we go. I was annoyed. View said she was annoyed by some. Yeah, oh my gosh. I saw a couple of those, View. Oh my gosh. And they don't mince any words, do they? They do not mince any. I'm not going to repeat them. You can see what View just said. Yeah, I'm not going to repeat the ads for sure. But I was kind of like, really? Does YouTube allow this? I was a little shocked, View. I have to say. I was a little shocked. Okay, so let's go to 35. I will do the mid thing, that what you call it, Pam. Pam said. So I'll check that. Thank you, Pam. All right. Don't lick the wallpaper. Yeah, I used to have a lot of what do you call it in it? Arsenic. And lead, I think. Okay, here we go. Gold. Now let's just see. I'm not going to, of course, read the whole chapter, whole thing on gold, but let's just see what it says here. Gold, or of the philosopher's stone, drunkards' cures, gilded pills, heartwarming drinks, and dope for your dolls. Well, I'm just going to read this first this first paragraph here, okay? I think this one's on the philosopher's stone. In 1893, Eugene Lane found at the entrance to the Brooklyn Bridge late on a Friday night, and it found an entrance to the Brooklyn Bridge late on a Friday night. Oh, he found the bridge while he was exceptionally drunk. So drunk, in fact, that the police officer described him as blind and deaf and dumb. He was dragged off to the New York City prison in downtown Manhattan, fondly called the Tombs, and locked up. The next day, with a searing headache, eyes like a dead fish, and among his odorous surroundings, Lane was able to explain how he ended up in jail. He had been celebrating a successful alcoholism treatment program with other graduates from the Keeley Institute in White Plains, or it seemed not so successful. Dr. Leslie E. Keeley was a Union Army surgeon and promised a miraculous addiction cure. In 1880, he began treating alcohol and opium addicts in his Dwight, Illinois sanatorium. Going against his medical status quo, he exclaimed, alcoholism is a disease and I can cure it. And cure it, he tried. For 4 years. The trains to Dwight were filled with sots, desperate for sobriety. After checking in, the patient was immediately given an injection in the arm. A tonic was also prescribed, 1 teaspoon every 2 hours. The patients would line up, get multiple shots and their teaspoon per day with military-like precision. The formula for the tonic and the injections were proprietary and fiercely protected. In fact, the actual recipe went to the grave with Kelsey, but there was one ingredient he proudly and openly advertised: gold. And then it goes on to drinking gold. Well, we're going to stop there because that's enough for one day. Cat, Cheshire cat. Well, that's too many, Judy O. That 3 ads in 30 minutes is too many. I'm going to do here, guys. Let me just say, if y'all don't have to tell me every time you see an ad. Pam's already told me how to fix it to a medium amount of ads, so I will do that after the stream or before the next stream. When you log in, you have to set all these things in StreamYard, right? Most of them stay set. But anyway, so y'all don't have to tell me every time you see an ad. We're gonna fix it by Wednesday. Okay. Thank you for your cooperation. Okay, so let's see how bright we're gonna. Well, we might have to turn the brightness down. It just depends on the books. You know how white the pages affect the lighting. Let's see. There's Jay, Jackie. Say hi to Belinda. Yes, don't email. Thank you, Cheshire Cat. All right, so I pulled 15 books. We're not going to go page by page. We're going to just do a little bit of show and tell. And Kat, do not. If someone asks Kat for a link to a certain book, she might, out of the goodness of her heart, go find it for you. But everyone here knows how to use an Amazon search engine. Kat does not have to put links to all these books. Okay. Just FYI, none of my mods ever have to post links. They're not required. They're not asked. They're not asked by me. Well, once in a while, I'll ask someone to not want them to put in a link, but for the most part, they just put them in because they're nice. But if there's one in particular that, you really want to know about, then she'll probably be nice and do it. Okay. So let's see. Now, she is going to challenge herself. Oh, well, I hope not, View. Okay, so let me go ahead and go through them real quickly. This one, again, they're Taschen. Taschen published books. That's the selection that I picked this morning. I did not go through my whole library to find all the Taschen, but these, because they're similar in size and the way they produce these particular kind of art books, these were all kind of sorted together in a couple of stacks. So I pulled these. All right. So if you have any questions, put it in caps. Okay. All right. So this one is 1,000 illustrators. And I love all the Taschen books, but again, always make sure that you look at the size. And also, let me say this in case Kat does put in any links. All right, so like she put in that link right now. Now that link to this book may not be this size book. Always check the sizes before you purchase a Taschen book. There are multiple sizes. There are multiple sizes of Taschen books. So if Kat puts in a link, check the size still, because that may just be the general link to this book and it may not be this size. It may be the bigger one. It may be a smaller one. So check the size. Okay. Okay. All right. So here we go. All right. So 100 illustrators, they have them all listed here. And I'm just going to kind of flip from the back because that's easier to, look at these. Oh my gosh, I love these kind of style. This reminds me of the sticker book. Well, I won't pull it right now, but it reminds me of that sticker book we have with this style. Okay, so and again, they're all alphabetical, all the authors. So these are in the W's. But I'm just going to kind of flip. Let's see. Maybe I should zoom in one. We could probably zoom in some. Hi, Kathy K. Berg. Anybody else coming in I might have missed? All right, so here we go. I'm going to just kind of do a little bit of a flip and just kind of stop here and there. So, yeah, these are 100 illustrators. So there's all different, styles and, and I'll give you all the year it came out too. Just kind of do a flip like this, just so y'all can kind of get an idea. And they could be book illustrators, magazine illustrators, they could be illustrators for lots of things. And you might see a naked person fly by. Don't email me. We do try to keep this family friendly, but it is an art book. So. Oh my gosh, look at that. That's hilarious. That's very cool looking. And anytime I see a book like this, I always think of Peter Max. I love Peter Max back in the 70s, and some stuff, kind of the flat style like that reminds me of Peter Max. Okay, so let me go continue here. Like this kind of thing right there, that's reminds me of Peter Max. Getting spammed message this morning. So just so y'all can kind of get an idea of the books. Are you neither? Tina. Okay, so this one is from, and I've collected them over the years, so probably in the back. They've moved all the info to the back these days. Let's see. We could have a date. This one's 2017. So this was 2017, and they have bookmarks. They're well made, nice books, and they're not that expensive. I don't know if Kat noticed how much this one costs. And again, you have to check the sizes because they also have larger ones, sometimes the same book in different sizes. So make sure that you check the sizes. Yeah, Riri. So that's 100 illustrators. I do have a book on 1,000 illustrators and art journalers. But that's art journaling books. So if y'all leave me a message, or not a comment, leave me a comment if there's any kind of, like, we've done calligraphy books, we've done art journaling, we've done collage, and over the years we've done different segments, on different books. But there's always new people too. So make sure and check my book my book playlist. But if there's some kind of art theme books that you want to see, just leave me a comment and I'll pull books on that theme for you. I probably have it. Let's see. And all the creative people. Hi, Asa. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're feeling well. So that's 100 illustrators. Okay, then let me get rid of this thing here. Okay, there we go. All right, then this one's not too old. This is the Book of Color Concepts. And I think this isn't the one I'm thinking of. The Book of Color Concepts. Again, it's a Taschen book. Okay. And it may be pronounced Taschine. I don't know. Let's see. So let me see this one's 2025. This is probably my newest one of the Taschine books that I pulled. So, and it's got a dust jacket that covers the pages as well. All right, so let's go ahead and flap that over for now. All right, so this one's all on color. And I don't know if Janet, when I showed this before, I think Janet was like, oh, I got to get me that. I don't know if she ever got this one. But it's just on different color concepts, color theory. It's all on color. Don't forget, guys, if you're talking to me, put it in caps. I have quite a few books like this on the color theory, color exploration and discoveries and the history of colors. I have quite a few of them. I even have one by Crayola that's really good, but I might have given that to Cameron. So, and it talks about all the different colors. When I did the color, I'll pull it real quick. During the virus years, when I did a whole bunch of like traveler size notebooks, and I did one on color, and I used that book, the Crayola color book. And so anyway, that's the Book of Color Concepts. All right, let me fix the sleeve here. There we go. Let me get up and get that real quick. color. I think this is, yeah, here we go. Yeah. All right, you're gonna have to move over, get away from the keyboard. All right, don't disconnect us. Okay, you're gonna have to sit down. So here's the one that I did, and I did a whole bunch of this size books, these little travelers kind of size books. Although travelers is like more like this size, the thinner ones, and and thanks, Kat. Y'all be thanking Kat for posting links, especially if you're looking at it for it. So this one, you have to sit down over there. Sit down over there. And so this is one that I did. Let's turn the brightness down. Now that the cat's here, it's going to be over bright. And I did this one on color. And what I had done is every month I did a color. And is this the right one? Is this the right one? No, this is not the one. This is not the right one. Hang on. This is not the color one that I'm thinking of. Let me look. I don't think it is anyway, because I did little, yeah, it is. Is this the one? No, this isn't the one with the color. That's not the one. Hang on, guys. Let me look over here a minute. I think this is it. Here, this one's it. It had kind of a similar cover on it. Okay. So, and what I did is, here's all the colors that we did. And I would make little artists, not ATCs, but like art cards, like 3x4 card size. And I would make one for the book, and I'd make one to give away every time we did a color. So let's see. Welcome back, Shaz. I see you. Happy birthday, belated birthday. Let's see, Belinda. No, I'm just looking for everything in caps. Okay, so because I can't, otherwise I just have to sit here and read. Hi, Devin. Otherwise, I just have to sit here and read, and we do nothing else. First time live on my stream. Oh well, thank you, Jaya. Good to have you. Thanks for being here. I'll go check out your channel later. I always skim back through my chat to see if there's new people or people I haven't followed that have content. Now, if you're just a YouTuber that has a channel so you can watch YouTube and you have no content, I probably won't follow you. Not to be mean or anything, but you don't have any content. So if you have content though, I will follow you if you have any artistic content. So let's see. You like the color books? Yeah, Kathy. You got your Happy Meal. Okay, you're welcome, Shaz. Good. I'm always happy to hear when people get their Happy Mail. So I still, what was it, that one that went for 6 months or something, returned to me? And then she never came back. So I don't know I don't know what happened, but she never got back with me to make sure the address she gave me was correct. But it took 6 months to get back to me, something like that, last September. All right, so here we go. So this was yellow. And then we got 2 pages of yellow. Here's the little, and I just taped it in with some little masking tape just to tape it in, because I, stamped it on the back, signed it on the back, and I just put a little bit of masking tape to hold it in. So it's everything yellow. So let me just give you an example from the Crayola Book of Color, I think it was called. Yellow is a primary color. In Japan, yellow is the color of courage. In Egypt, it's the color of mourning. In the English language, it's the synonym for cowardness, but it can also be used the color of sunshine and happiness. Yellow, in the form of yellow ochre, is one of the oldest pigments harvested from the earth. So I would write down, things, little, information out of the Crayola Book of Color. So, and I don't know where that book is at the moment, so I'm not going to go try to find it, but because I didn't know I was going to pull this today. And then I would write down everything I could think of off the top of my head. You could look things up and find tons more, but like yellow, lemons, bananas, corn, bee, chicks, hard hat, canary, a rubber duck, rain boots, honeycomb, daffodil, sunflower, lemonade, a finch, egg yolk. So I would just start writing down. Let's see. Tina got my Happy Meal. Oh, you're welcome, Tina. That's all right, Angie. You don't have to send happy mail. You like my color journal, Devin? Thanks. And so yeah, and then I would just write. Oh, here, notes from Crayola: a visual biography of the world's most famous crayon. That's the name of the book. Notes from Crayola. Oh, it's from. I'm sorry, it's not notes from. That's not the title. The title is Crayola: a visual biography of the world's most famous crayon. Okay, and it's notes from that book. I should put me some. Hang on. Let me get a pen here. Let me get me a pen. Where's it? I got a big marker. I don't want a big marker. I just want a little pen. Here we go. Okay. Notes from colon. There we go. Need the colon. Oh my goodness. Dee, that's a good prompt for Terry. Egg yolk. Well, I pulled the prompts from the bowl. So she can, of course, Terry can always add more things she wants. She can do whatever she wants. It's to inspire. So this is a stamp. This was a stamp from 2010. I'm not sure what year we did this. It wasn't 2010. It wasn't that far back. It wasn't that far back, but that stamp, I think that was just a postage stamp that had a bright yellow on it and the number one for the first page. And then, of course, there's a pansy. It's just a faux pansy, but that was me and Grandma's favorite flower there. Okay, so then there's a card that I made to go with the yellow. And again, did I date this? Yeah, 2022. So this was 2022. And so I would make one card for the book and as a semi duplicate because I don't have the exact same stamps and all, and send them off. I don't remember who got what, but I would give one away every time we make a card. All right, here's some orange, and there's the card from the orange one. Okay, and then here's the orange. This is a little rabbit trail here, but we'll be okay. uh, Orange is the only color on the spectrum named after an actual object. Orange is the color of, and it names the crystals used to make the chrome orange, the first synthetic orange pigment. Introduced by French chemist Nicolas blah 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 in 1809. Chrome orange was commonly used by the Impressionists. Okay, and then I wrote a list of things that are orange. What else did I write over here? Orpiment, ORPIMENT. I hope I wrote that down right. Used in ancient Egypt and by the Romans, often contains arsenic. So does realgar, another ancient pigment used not only as a dye but also as a poison and a medicine. A few orange pigments are toxic. So, and then I just wrote cut out the little definition of an orange, a round fruit, put that in there. And again, it's notes from Crayola, a visual biography of the world's most famous crayons. I'm very happy to. Oh, did you get one of the? Oh, you got the green and pink ones. Okay. All right. Devin. Some of y'all have been around a long time. We've been here 16 years. Red. And there's a list of things. Red. I don't know if you're interested in hearing all these, but here's my little good luck cat paper, that had a big sheet of that. Got that at Blick some years ago. Natural red oxides usually contain the mineral hematite, one of the oldest pigments known to man. An artificial version of red oxide is also available known as Mars red. So you can see here, I won't read all of them, but I'll just do a flip through. There's the card that I did. I stamped my hand carved owl on the back. Here's some little red, little sushis. So then here's purple. There's the card. And then here's the page that I made. So I stenciled, I stamped, I glued flowers and fabrics. So, anybody can do this. Thanks, Alan. Anybody can make yourself a color book, a book color. And it's, just any of these little, traveler's notebook type notebooks, you know, and just make you a page on every color and write down everything you can think of that color. You can research the colors, look it up online. You don't have to have the Crayola book to do this. You know, you can look up any color online and find the history of it, right? Oh, well, then, Missy, get on it, girl. Some fabric there. And again, purple is one of the rarest colors in nature. Tyrian purple, perhaps the first purple dye, was made from the shells of sea snails found in the Mediterranean Sea. It became known as the color for royalty. And there's some places that you couldn't wear purple unless you were royalty. So anyway, and then here's the pink one. Then here's pink. And again, I got information, the color, little stars, butterflies, tags, and stamps and papers and just everything I could find that's pink, you know. And then I added some white doilies in there, gold. I tried to add some gold, I think, to most of them. Okay, then here's olive green. There's olive green. There's the card. And then I didn't like this page. I don't know why. This was just supposed to be green. Not all, the other one was olive green. This was just green. I don't know why I didn't like it, but there's a card for it. Then there's blue. And all my notes on blue. There's my blue card, and I stamped a mermaid on the back. There's a teal. See, I was doing one a month. This was supposed to be June. I don't know if I did finish. I think that's as far as we got. We got to June. And then there's a black and white. And this card, who sent me this card? This Metamorphosis card. There's no name on it. I don't know. Somebody sent me this card. And then I have some other color things. Here's some gold. There's some, this is off one of those papers of the, you know, the giant paper from Blick with the fish, some gold. So I didn't finish any more. But, you know, we had fun till June. And then we moved on to something else. But y'all know how to do it. We did January, February, March, April, May. We did 5 or 6 months. So, you know, that's enough time to figure out how to do this. Yes, and you can get paint chips at, you know, Home Depot, Lowe's, even Walmart has paint chips. Put a paint chip in there for your tabs. You could tab your book with paint chips. You know, I just use the little dots, you know. Whoop, I just use the little dots, but you could use paint chips for your tabs. There's a little piece of a card there. Okay, so that was the color, the book of color. And so if you like the Taschen books. All right, so then next, now this one's a little bigger. This is Basquiat, and it is, let me see what size this is. And I have seen his work at the High Museum in Atlanta. I have pictures of me standing. His work, some of it's huge, like 10 by, you know, huge feet. And then some is very small. I also have his notebooks, but I didn't pull those today. Let's see, let's get the towards my, let's see, I should just get a regular ruler. Excuse me, Malibu. Okay, this is 6.5 by 8 3/4. This one. So yeah, and it looks like this, looks like this, looks like this, looks like this, and it was, what year was this? And if there's a documentary on him on YouTube. It's very sad, but it's very enlightening too about his work and how people really, you know, used him for his art. 2020. This one came out in 2020. He was good friends with Andy Warhol. I know, Ellen. She's sitting here purring. So let me just go ahead and flip from the back again and just give y'all a little. Now you're going to have to move over, baby. You just have to move over. There's just no room to show books with you sitting right there. So, and I have a lot of his notebooks that were reproduced in a comp book style. And I think I have 3 of them. There he is there. And Simmy's barefoot in a suit. And he died of a drug overdose. So, but his work was very unique. There he is with Andy Warhol right there. What days do I stream? I stream every Monday and Wednesday at 8:30 a.m. Eastern. Same time. Now I started an hour ago. Um, yeah, I start at 8:30 Eastern, Monday and Wednesday. All right, let's see. Hi, Dot. Dot in the UK. All right, so let me just kind of flip here. And I have a lot of his prints and postcards and different things because when you go to the High Museum, when you go to the High Museum for an exhibition, and I can't remember the year. See, Tina, I don't remember the days and times and years. I don't remember the year we went when the High Museum. It was before the virus, but when so then the gift shop will sell books, and I have other books about him, and him as well. I've got quite a lot of stuff about him, and they'll sell postcards and prints and books. So anytime the museum has an exhibition of any main artist exhibition, they'll have all kinds of stuff in their gift shop that you can purchase. Yes, 8:30 your time. Yeah, or it's 8:30 Eastern. Yes, 8:30 Eastern. So there we go. So you can kind of very eclectic. So these books are just awesome for the price. The Taschine books. I think this is one of the ones that I saw at the museum. Where'd it go? This one, I think. Some are huge, and then some are just little sketches, like a line of them on the museum wall. So. But it's fascinating his story. If you have not heard, if you have not watched the YouTube, all right, let's get down here on the chair, baby. Let's get down here on the chair. There you go. If you've not seen the documentary on him, then you should. Okay, Janet. Janet must have to go feed Jimmy. Jimmy's Janet's new rescued cat, and so she must have to go baby him or something. And you remember where everything is in the big old art room of yours, then you have okay, Tina. Yeah. I don't keep my art books in here. The only books that I have in my art room in here are my journals and my sketchbooks, my abandoned, altered books, all that. I have all my work books in here. But like these books, these are from downstairs on the big wall. And then I have in the next room over, I have another wall of books and color books in the next room. I know I love Taschen books too, Rainbow. And good morning, Rainbow. All right. But like I said, guys, make sure you look. Make sure you look at the sizes. Okay. Have little ribbons. Most of my fashion books, I had I don't know, 10, 15 fashion books. I don't know how many. But I gave them all to Samantha when she was in, her fashion courses in college. Which, by the way, she's got her belts and all that in a store in Athens now. And I think she's going to work part-time in their sewing. They sew and teach sewing. She's going to work part-time there for the summer while she's creating her creations. If y'all miss, let me show you. Let me go back to my photos here. We do rabbit trails here. Okay, so here's one. I did look up on Pinterest some of the because we're getting ready to color in this. Hopefully, I looked up some medieval prince costumes on Pinterest so I could get some color ideas. And look at this one. Look at that guy. So look at this. So gold and blue. Isn't that pretty? So I said, well, maybe we'll do some gold and blue costume today. We'll see. I don't know. I just pulled it just to, have it. All right, let's see here. Let me go scrolling back. um, all right. I'm trying to find her jacket. Let's see. Did I keep it closer to the? Here it is. So here's one of her, and that's her wearing it. But this is one of her creations. It's all made out of recycled fabric and jeans. Look at the sleeves. See, they're jeans. So this is one of her out. One of her. Oh, let me get up here. This is one of her jackets. I think she's going to make some vests because right now it's getting ready to be officially become summer in Atlanta and it gets hot. And well, that's what she's hoping, Ellen. Anyway, make some vests. So she's looking at that, and she may she's going to check her schedule, but she may come down tomorrow and spend the night. If she spends the night, she'll stream with me on Wednesday. So I told her, I said, well, if you come down and spend the night and stream on Wednesday, bring some stuff to show. Bring some of your creations to show. And yeah. And I have to say it because otherwise Hubster's going to think, well, you don't like it if you didn't talk about it. Hubster bought me a new car. Hubster bought me a new car. Um, her name is the Raven. She's the Raven. I name all my cars. My other car was the Ladybug. This one is, and she was, even though it was a black car, I still called her the Ladybug. This one I've named the Raven, so I'll show it to you. But and again, I just have to do it because I have to show Hubster I'm really happy with it. You know what I mean? He'll think, well, aren't you happy with it? You didn't show the fibs, the car I bought you. So he did buy me a new. He bought me a new Mazda. He bought me a new 2026 Mazda. So there's the front of it, and there's the back of it. So, and it has black wheel rims. Has You can't really see them there very well, but it's got the black wheels. So let's see. Do I have? There's the front. You can't really tell anything because it's got a shot. It's got the. It looks like it's crashed in, but that's just a shot. The reflection from the sky. Here's the. There it is, so you can see what it looks like. So yeah, Hubster bought me a new car. So thank you, Hubster, if you're watching, if you're lurking in the background. I didn't want him to think I didn't like it because I didn't show it to y'all, but I didn't want to sound like, oh, I got a new car. I don't like doing that. I'll do that with books. Oh, I got some new books, honey. But anyway, so thank you, Hubster, for my new car. I just got to say. All right, let's see. Oh, and then Logan said, "I love your stickers." Now, so he's got a stickers on his door in his room, and he's got some of the stickers that I've sent. Like there's the Frankenstein sticker I sent him. There's the Scarecrow. There's Nosferatu. So he has some of my stickers. He goes, "I love your stickers." I think he might want some more stickers. So that's Logan's sticker door. Let's see, what else do I have here? I think that's it. Oh, I did take a picture of this. I couldn't resist. Is that for me? Is that for me, Mama? So when the Amazon guy took a picture, they take a picture to show that they prove that they dropped it off. Well, this is from Amazon. This is the Amazon picture. I zoomed in. But she was sitting there looking out the door when Amazon delivered a package. And I can just hear going, is that for me? I know, right, Devin? Isn't that cute? All right, let's see. What else do I have? I think that's all. I think that's all I got to show today. Oh, no, wait. I got one more thing to show. Is Janet back yet? I'm going to wait till Janet is back to show this. I know, right, Kat? She is cute. I have to wait till Janet's back to show this. So when you get back, let me know, or somebody let me know when Janet's back, because I have to show this. Denise came down and had dinner. We grilled out on Saturday. We grilled out, And so she came down and she just brought her scabby stuff just to show me so I could take pictures to show Janet. So I'll wait till Janet comes back and then I'll show you some of Denise's scabby book that I took pictures of just so she could show Janet. Whatever. So Janet said she'd BRB. Hi, Vale. So when she comes back, I will show you those. All right. So here's the fashion. This is the fashion, Tashin fashion. And so I'm just, let me see what year. Let's see. Look, that's looks like the girl from Blade Runner, Rachel from Blade Runner. This came out in 2017. 2017. All right. Let's see. It seems like it's wanting to flip. I don't know. Let me just take half of it at a time. Here we go. So I'll do this front half, and this is all on fashion. Fashion illustrations. And Pam, it's good to see you stopping in. You're usually sleeping at this time because you stream all. Pam, the Ginger Cat Lady, is on the West Coast, so she streams like 3 a.m. my time. Like she starts at midnight or something. I think she's down to like maybe 3 days a week now. She was streaming every day. And I thought to myself, that's not going to last. That's not going to last. But so we're happy to have her 2 or 3 days a week. So yeah, so go follow the Ginger Cat Lady, but she's usually overnight. Like when I get up at 4 o'clock in the morning, she's on. Not every day now, but that's the times I can catch her. Is it like 4 and 5 o'clock in the morning, my time, Eastern time. So good to see you, Pam. Thanks for stopping in. Hi, Joyce. So yeah. So I'm just doing a quick flip of the books. I try to finish them by 10 so we can color for about an hour and do our giveaway. I'm giving away some pages out of the Medieval Majesty book that Riri sent. So yeah, so that one is Illustration Now Fashion and Tashin. Hi, Yvonne. All right. Next, we got Circus. This is the Circus, Tashin Circus. Oh, okay. Let me click on that. Let me click on it. Come on, mouse. This mouse. I've never had a mouse that goes into sleep mode. This one goes into sleep. It didn't come. This mouse did not come with my computer. I bought a new mouse, and it works fine. It goes into sleep mode. The Ginger Cat Lady comes on Thursday at 2 a.m. West Coast time and 12 a.m. West Coast time, and Sunday. Oh wait, so she's Thursday, Friday, Sunday, Wednesday. Oh, on Wednesday she's with Di on the Messy Palette. Messy Di, Australia, Oz. She's Messy Di's in Australia. So she's Ginger Cat Lady Pam streams 3 days a week and 1 day a week with Messy Palette Di. Thank you, Pam, for the info. So y'all go follow her. All right, so the circus. And let me see what, I love this. Look at this. You're welcome, Pam. All right, let's see here. Let me see. Just look at all the Tashin books. Tons of them. This one's 2018. Okay, and it's got an index in the back. I'm gonna flip half at a time because it's, small books. Thank you, Cheshire. Again, guys, Kat's putting links in, but double check the size because some of these books come in different sizes. So it's all different. Ringling Brother, just the history of the circus. Very informative if you're into the circus. This book is excellent for that. And I will not cut these books up, and I will not cut these books up and use a collage. I know somebody's wondering. Somebody's wondering, will you cut these books up? No, these are my reference books. I don't cut up every book. Some books are my reference books. Yeah, Judy. Oh, my goodness. Okay, so there's that back half. Let's go this way. don't think the circus, I think Ringling Brothers folded, didn't they? I don't think the circus comes to town any longer. I think some of it had to do with the virus years and the animals, making sure the animals were well taken care of and all that. So I don't think they do the circus anymore. I think they really just kind of stopped it during the what do you call it? During the virus years. You know. But there's the history. So the circus, 1870s to the 1950s. That's the dates they're saying they're covered during this book. Okay. Hi, Zanjan. Just sip of lemon water. Anybody else coming in I missed? Okay. Then I got medieval and Renaissance art, and it is the Carl Becker, the complete plates. Let's see what it says for year. I'll look at the pages in it. And look, I got this at Books, either Books A Million. I can't tell. I got it at Books A Million, or yeah, it would be Books A Million. Or I was going to say our Barnes and Noble, but I think I got this for $10 at the bookstore. So you can't get them at the bookstores. Barnes and Noble more than I think Books A Million. All right, so let's see. Finding a year here, 2019. So this one's 2019. Okay, so let me do half the book one way, then we'll go half the book the other way. Hi, Marilyn. Who else am I missing? So just different medieval art and artifacts. I did see, I need to show y'all so y'all can find it. I think I did keep it on my iPad. It was in my sidebar. It was in my sidebar recommendation, and I watched about 3/4 of it. And it's like the history of libraries. Oh my gosh, it's fascinating. I'm sure they AI generated the pictures and stuff for it, but it's very informative. It was very informative on the history of libraries and how the monks. It was like the original internet, how they had to travel to. And I've known all this stuff, but it's been a long time since I really researched it or looked into it. Let me come over here to my iPad. Hang on. I'll tell you the name of it. Let's see. Okay, so let me move this. Let's get past the ad. The channel, it's only got 1,000 subbies, but it's called The Throne of Memory. Okay, let me try to. I'll show you just a second of it. Hang on, let me turn the volume.
Which held some of the oldest and most authoritative manuscripts in Europe. Its monks wrote letters to other houses, offering to lend rare volumes for copying. Corbie, in northern France, developed a distinctive style of handwriting that influenced scribes as far away as England.
So y'all go watch it. It's really good. It's about an hour long. Let's see. It's an hour and 30, an hour and a half long. But let me pause it here. But it's here we go. Throne of Memory. How monasteries quietly built Europe's first knowledgeable web. It's very interesting. Of course, we know there was the Alexandria Library, but this was Europe's. So, yeah. Okay. Okay, so there's that. Don't go watch it now. Oh my gosh. To the circus, Judy. Okay. So anyway, so this one is on medieval and Renaissance art. That just reminded me to show y'all that video. Then we got 100 contemporary fashion designers, okay, as opposed to fashion illustrators. All right. And I have collected up, Samantha, all the different fashion designers, the famous ones. And there's books, there's like sets of books, and I try to buy her one every now and then. And so she has a collection of the famous fashion designers. Let's and this one came out. I got lemon water hiccups. This one came out in 2016. Okay, so this one's 2016. And it's the famous fashion designers. Alexander McQueen. I think that's Samantha's one of her favorites. And she has seen him. She saw him in London. I think they had a big display in London when she was there. And she loves Alexander McQueen. But it's all broke down, I think, alphabetically. So yeah. So it's just fashioned by the designers, you know. Just kind of flipping through here. All the designers. So that's what that is. Contemporary fashion designers. I don't know if it's got a index in the front or in the back. Here we go. Here's the ones if you want to screenshot it for later or whatever. But these are the ones that are covered in this book. Thank you, Kat. Let's put in the link. She's on it, people. She's on it. All right, then this one is The World of Ornament. I still haven't seen Janet back yet, but when she comes back, you have a copy of the Book of Kells. Oh yeah, that's an amazing book. Dot. Yeah, we calligraphers know the Book of Kells well. We know Kells well. Thank you, Dot. And okay, I just wanted to show you something. And by the way, guys, Ginger Cat Pam did tell me to turn my in StreamYard to turn the YouTube ads to medium. So I can't do it while I'm streaming. So if you're getting a lot of ads today, I will check that before the next. I made myself a post-it note, and I will check that before the next stream to turn it to medium. So yeah. So if you're getting a lot of ads today, don't email me. All right. So Denise came over this weekend. She couldn't spend the night and come. I mean, she came on Saturday, so she couldn't. She didn't stay. They just came down and ate. We grilled out, and she had to leave. But she brought her scabby just so I could take pictures to show you. So I'm going to scroll through her scabby. And yeah, so there's the cover. She made me do this, Janet. She made me do this. And so some of this, like there's Janet sent her that. And I know it's going to, like, let me do that, turn down the flash thing that Cameron taught me how to do. Hang on. Let's see here. Turn down the brightness for showing here. I think that might work. Yeah, that's a little better. And there's the list. There's the list of everything she had to find for the scabby. And yeah, and then she numbers, she puts the number on the page. Everything, she goes, and Janet sent me that. And Janet made that. And Janet drew that. Each thing. So anyway, I told her that I'd show the scabby today, and she got little pockets here. These are like removable. This is one of Janet's drawings. And it was candy themed, so lots of candy in her scabby. And she does it all year long. She does it. Yeah, she's a professional scabby designer, right, Kat? She doesn't do it for the, get everything done in 3 months and you can win the prize. She works on her scabby all year long. And was it candy or circus? Maybe I don't remember if it was one or both. But anyway, she's got some circus stuff in there. Janet's stuff there. Janet's notes. Janet's the originator of our scabby hunt, so that's why there's a lot of. She is doing great, right, Janet? So yeah, this is a little punch out. So she punched out, and you can see through to the next side. See, there's Janet drew these guys. And a sunflower. This is one of Janet's little cards that she stamped the little. You get no. You're gonna have to move over here. Stay over there, or you're gonna have to get down in the chair. So yeah. Oh, and then look, she goes and she goes, gotta take a picture of both sides. So you're my favorite. And you flip it over to the other side. And Janet wrote her a note. So cute, Janet. And then there's this, and then some Christmas type stuff. And then this is Janet made her that big D in Zentangle and gold and little notes. So anyway, she goes, you have to show this to Janet. So Denise brought her Scabby book just so I could take pictures to show you, Janet. I know she should at some time. Today I think Janet's gonna show her Pantone cards again. I hope. You are streaming today, right, Janet? Are you gonna have to move over, baby? You have to move over. I know. The desk is only this big. Bye, Pam. Thanks for stopping in. All right, so this one is The World of Ornament, and I think it's all in French. German, I don't know. Anyway, it's not in English. 2022. Originally published in 2006. So yeah, it's in 3 languages, none of which are English. So I'll just kind of show you there. So I don't know if you can see it, but yeah. So I'm just gonna, and I have the Grammar of Ornament, and there's a bunch of ornament books out for calligraphers, and Janet and I both have a ton of those. But so just so you can kind of see ornamentation from different eras, medieval patterns. A lot of calligraphers get their ideas from these patterns. And there's one of the Grammar of Ornament. I forget his name who did it now, right off the top of my head. But he's got a couple, 2 or 3 different books out for calligraphers. Well, not him, but he had compiled some, back in the day. It's very inspirational. Pattern people that make fabrics and stuff are inspired by this type of thing. Okay, so that's one half. Let's do the other half. Hold one up just so you can kind of see. Very colorful. Very detailed, lots of ornamentation. Look at all the design flower you could get design ideas from. Back from, Renaissance and Janet's going to show some of her Scabby books, I think, today too, if I'm reading chat correct. I mean, the book is packed. Every other page has got designs on it and ornamentation and ideas for illuminated calligraphy, fabrics. Thank you, Cheshire Cat. Thumbs up. So see, these books are just packed full. They're just packed full. So yeah. Okay. Next, I gotta go a little faster. This one is, I got this cheap travel. I think I got it at Barnes and Noble. Oh, my foot's asleep. I'm sitting on my foot. I gotta get off my foot. This one is the 20th Century Travel, and it came out in 1998. Okay, this one's from 1998. I mean, I know it's been republished, but let's take half of it. Advertisements for travel brochures. Oh, I gotta move my foot. Oh my gosh, it's numb. There we go. Stretch it out. There we go. So different airlines, but it's all kinds of advertisements from travel. Yeah, Taschen produces all kinds of art book. Well, all kinds of books. I like their art books, stuff like this. It's all inspirational to me. People used to dress up when they traveled. Not anymore. Throw on your jammies and get on the plane. No, I wouldn't, but people do. I think it's broken out by year too. I just saw 1949 fly by. So yeah, this one's travel. I just want to give you all an idea so that you think you might like it. All right, then Bosch. Bosch is another one that's very symbolic. What is my foot hung up on under? There we go. Okay. Sorry, guys. Hieronymus Bosch, and y'all seen I've carved him. I've carved his face in in one of the carving materials. I'm not going to go dig it out right now. I know where it is, but I'm not going to dig it out. But everything's very symbolic, very yeah. You want to do no wrong when you read Bosch. Hi, Cat Base. Good to see you. All right, let's see when this one came out. Photo credits. Where's the? Oh wait, did I miss it here? No, I'm not sure what year this one came out. Index is there, but let's check the front. I'm not seeing when this one came out. It just starts with the plates. So I'm not sure what year this one came out. But there's different books on Bosch too out there. All right, I'm just going to kind of flip it. There's the back information on all the plates. And then all his drawings. This is one of his famous paintings here. Did triptychs and a lot of information in this one. It's kind of tiny, the artwork. Here's some bigger ones. But he was very symbolic. Everything meant something, And like this came out in 1584. It's probably one of the plagues from the book of Revelation, locusts or something. So a lot of fish in his religious iconography. So yeah. But anyway, I won't go through that a whole much because I want to get to coloring our page. All right, so there's that. Got a couple more. This one's Alchemy and Mysticism from the Hermenetic Museum. I'm not saying that right. And it is, let's see what year this one came out. There's the index. Where is the info? Here we go. This one came out in 2019. Okay, let's see if I can just kind of flip through. Alchemy, different alchemy. The art is really very cool. A lot of, medieval, and they do a lot of, illuminated manuscript pages in here as well. But so there's alchemy. All right. And here it's got just a couple more. Here's Vermeer. I love this book. This one's really, if you like, it's one of my favorite artists because of the light that he can produce. Let's see if I can get a year. This one, nope, that's on the pet. Don't know the year this book came out, but I'm going to flip through it. Y'all will recognize these. 1000. Yes, I have seen 1000's channel, Devin. It's cool, isn't it? He gets 3 artists besides himself to they'll get inspiration. Like, I think the newest one was a thrift store item. You had to get a thrift store item, and then he spins his little wheel, and then had lemur. Lemur was one of the animals, and then a couple of other items, and it's kind of like a prompt game. It's like a prompt game. You get some prompts, and then and the last one, you went to a thrift store and got an item to repurpose, reuse with your painting, art, whatever you want to do, and with it. And it's a challenge. And he and 3 other artists will do this challenge, and they vote and see who wins. And it's very cool. It's very cool. And I think they have some weeks to do it. I'm not sure exactly how long he gives everybody to do it, but this has got some good close-ups of the art. Say, Malibu, are you comfortable down? The girl with the pearl earring. It's got a fold out in there somewhere. So it gives a lot of detail. See, close-ups of his work, and there's some more flop outs, flip outs. So that's Vermeer. Whole book on him. All right, watch your head, Malibu. I'm spinning around. That means you go under the table. And this is Ernst Haeckel. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but I've got other books that he has. Well, he doesn't, but there are color books out, collage, ephemera books out. There's a lot of books out on him, and very, very detailed. Looking under the microscope, kind of tininess. Let's see, this one, 2023. And I know y'all recognize a lot of this as well, because it's very much out there, like, all the detailed stuff. Yes. What things look like under the microscope. Very interesting. And again, there's a lot of his stuff out there. I have his color book. I have his ephemera books. very inspirational. You know, you could look at this and you could draw, you know, make up your own flowers or whatever. You haven't watched Thrift Story 1 yet, Devin? Okay, let me put my mouse back to life. Thanks, Kat. So, yeah. Okay. Two more. Okay, this one's Hockney. And it's like his biography. Let's see here. 2021. Let's kind of go through the first half of his. And I know y'all recognize a lot of his art. And I'm skipping fast. Okay, then here's the second half. I just want y'all to kind of get an idea what's in the books. So if you're interested in getting them, you can kind of see, well, do I want that? How much information is really in there? You know what I mean? Okay, there's that one. And the last one I brought up, okay, Mel, you're going to have to stay over there, baby, is the Japanese woodblock prints. Okay, let's see if we got a date. $2021. Got a lot, I guess, during the 20, 21, 22 years. I got a lot, quite a few of these. All right, so these are the Japanese wood blocks. And again, I know y'all are probably familiar with them. What I like in particular about the Japanese books like this are their clothing patterns. I love their the kimonos and their clothing. The patterns are amazing. And they also, I love the negative space of them. Of course, a lot of people get Japanese tattoos. I'm flinging through this and I can say, oh, yeah, I've seen that in a tattoo before. So you can see how much art is in these books. Yes, cloud warning, Tina. That's the cloud. All right, so there we go. So that one is Japanese woodblock prints. All right, I'm going to take a quick break. I'm going to move my keyboard so Malibu doesn't decide to take a traipse over it. But then I will be right back and we will color in this book and do a giveaway. We have an hour, so yeah. All right, I'll be RB. Let me move my keyboard out of her way. I'll be right back. All right. Let's see which page I want to color out of this book. I know. You going to let me color? I'm going to use alcohol markers. Is that okay with you, Malibu? Let's see. What do we got in caps? The clothing patterns are beautiful, right? Oh, thanks, Pam. Thank you so much. And thanks, Kat, for putting all the links to all those books in there, which you did not have to do. But hopefully, y'all will thank her for doing so. Stay over there. Let's see. Pays for real when Dot's in, she's in UK and she's traveled and seen a lot of this in person. All right, scrolling. Talking about a factory that made those high-end Japanese kimonos. Oh, I bet that was. I've seen how they dye the fabric. I saw a documentary on how they dye the fabrics, the silks, Tina. Okay. All right, so let's see what we can do here. I'm going to flip through the book, and whatever one I pick, I'm going to decide to pick. Now, I did have my inspo. Let's see. Let me go over to my photos here. I have some inspo that I thought I would use. Is it that one? No. Where is it? This one. You can't really see it. No, baby. Okay, let's get back down on the chair. There we go. Okay. But anyway, I like this blue and gold. Look at that blue and gold and cream. Blue, gold, and cream. We could, maybe we can find someone similar to him. As our info. I'm looking for like these big collars like this. It doesn't have to match exactly, but like I do like this big collar here. So I think I'm going to just cut a few out, and then I'm going to do a giveaway. I'll do a couple of giveaways and get, in the white envelope. So the book will end up being cut up. So just saying. Hi, Mama 4. Hello, Face of the Forest. Who else am I missing? Thanks, everybody. So far, I'm liking this one. And again, because I'm going to base it off of, look at that. So that's kind of going with the vibe. But I might find something better. And again, they're getting cut out as we go. That one kind of has that vibe, too. I'm looking for, because it's got the fabric, all the fabric there. Same thing for this. This one would work too. But I like the collar on that one. I'm just going to flip through and get a peek. This one would work as well. Do I like that one better? Almost. I like that because that could be all gold there. I might go with this guy. They all could work, in some sense. Aren't they cool, though? And I don't know that Kat probably can't find a link to this because I think Riri bought this off of a secondary site that's not on Amazon, if I'm not mistaken. Is that true, Riri? I don't think this is from Amazon. They're all kind of very similar. And I don't want to do a horse today. We don't have time for that. Oh, you already got the link? You did find a link for it? Okay. Thank you, Kat. She's on it. She is on it. Because I know she didn't buy, she got this from a secondary market. And so that's cool too. Now, I don't know how much time I'm going to have to finish all the detail, but we'll make a start. All right, and we'll do our giveaway. So there we go. So that is 979-833-311-6796. And Kat's already put a link, she said. Medieval Majesty. Okay, so let me get up under here and get some cardstock and I need some fresh. That's all. I've done a lot of coloring on those. I don't want the same colors. I want some fresh. Let me get some fresh. What the? Sorry, Malibu. It's just a piece of paper, for goodness sake. She freaked out over a piece of paper. All right, hang on. Get a couple pieces of copy paper. All right, let's see. Tina said something. Oh, the kimono making on YouTube. Tina posted a link. Okay, thank you, Tina. I will watch that later. All right, now let me go back to my sample guy here. I wonder if I can get where's my iPad? Hang on. Photos. Should have synced. Yeah, here it is. All right. We got some inspo right there. Now, let's see which one I want to do. Because I picked these two because of the collars. Because of the big collars. I think I like this one. We're going to go with this one. Okay, this one can be in the giveaway. I'm just going to kind of leave this here so you can kind of see. And then I got something behind him. And then some paper to color. No, you're going to have to get down, Malibu. I'm sorry, babe. It's too much. I can't. All right, so you've been up here enough today. All right, so let's see what color. I got to pick some colors. So let's pick some skin tones and stuff first. I think that this is from the last batch that I colored with, so we should probably have enough in there. We can look at his skin tones. All right, let's see. And then if you have any questions, put it in caps. Yeah, we'll do the giveaway in about 30 minutes. We'll see how far we can get on this in 30 minutes. Let's see. I need this color. That's a little too dark. Let's see here. That's going to be too pink. Don't need that. I'm going to kind of weed this down. That's a good one. It's kind of getting a little dry. Let's test this one. Well, maybe. I might give a little color in there. Yellow will be good with the gold. Maybe that might be a little dark. Let's try this one. Nope, too dark. Give me a minute to pick some colors. That one's almost too dry. Let's put that one back up there. Needs to be refilled. That one's pretty good. And I just use whatever alcohol markers, Copics, Master's Touch, Ohuhu. I just use all different ones. Okay, I don't need too darks. And this one, let's see what this one is. That's a little dark too. I need a little something in the beige or color. Let's see. That's a little too yellow, but that might go with the gold. Let's see. There we go. That's a good starter. Okay, we'll get started with these. Now, for the outfit, the vest, and I want to use, let's see, what kind of gold do I want to use? Do I want to paint with my gold? Kind of do. With my gold. Let me reach back here and get it. Where is it? Here it is. I gotta get behind the computer. Hang on. My Kuretake mica gold. This is the best gold ink in the world, and I'm not exaggerating. This is the best best gold ink ever. I won't open it yet. You can be surprised in a minute. All right, so we'll go with that. Now I need a couple of blues. Let's see. Let me check what blues I need here. That looks a little, maybe. I kind of want not teal, but a little bit of, that's better. I like that one better. Okay. And then I'm going to need a dark blue. Let's see. What's this? That's pretty good. That one's a hoo-hoo hero. These ones are a little older. And then I'm going to need a lighter blue. Let's see. This one? Maybe that one. Okay, well, I'm not going to get too much in the weeds with too many colors because I want to try to finish this a little bit. And then his hair, do I want brown hair? Maybe. Do I want blonde? I think we haven't done a brown hair guy for a while, have we? Maybe that color can go with, we'll see. All right. So let's go ahead and start with just giving him a base on his face. I'm just going to color a base that we can work with. Okay, I'm going to have to zoom in, I know. Hang on. Here we go. And they dry lighter, and you can layer and layer and layer alcohol markers. But the trick to alcohol markers, and they can dry, it can dry where, but you'll have to re-wet it if you want it to blend. You have to keep a wet edge. Keep a wet edge just so that it's not streaky or so you don't see lines. What's that? Is it going through something? It's going, look what it's doing. Look, guys. The words are on the back there. It picked that up in his chin. See that? I don't know what I can do about that. I've never had that happen. I've never had the ink from the back side seep through. Hopefully it'll be in places where we won't notice much. I've never had that happen. I'm just getting a base coat on just to find all his skin here. All righty. There's a start for his skin. All right, let's see now. Okay. Okay. Y'all say anything in chat I need to hear? Give it another complete layer of another color. And let's see. Do I want a light blue tint under his skin, maybe? Let's put a little light blue. For some of the shadows there. I might cut him out and put him in a journal or something. We'll see. All right, let's see. Needs a little more. All right, and we'll give him blue eyes because he's going to have a blue outfit on. All right, let's see. I need a man. Tina. Hi, Ann Makes. Anybody else I missed coming in? I'm scrolling back, seeing if I missed anything in caps. Leona said, I have a set of 60 alcohol markers coming in today from Amazon. Okay, Leona, what brand did you buy? Did you buy Ohuhu? Most people buy Ohuhu these days, you know? All right, let's see. Let's give him a little, maybe this is the pinkest color. Give him a little bit of color in his lips. Not too much, but we'll see. I'm gonna I want to kind of roll with the outfit more. I gotta say, I'm more interested in doing the outfit today. All right, so let's go ahead now, though, and put in some of the darks. No, you know what? Let me go ahead and put a base. Let's go ahead and put a base in first. That's too yellow. So I'm just gonna get a tan color for a base. Let's see here. Let's look at this one. That's too dark. So you can't, I mean, look at this, guys. This is why you have to have a sheet like this. Because look at that color right there. See that color? Look at that. It's that hue, but it's not that color. You know what I mean? So you have to do this, or you'll be shocked when you color something down. Let's see what this color is. There we go. That's a good base brown. Let's just go ahead and put this down as a base here. Then we'll go back in with some. I didn't see what she said as far as what kind she got. I'm scrolling. What kind did you get, Leona? Did you say off brand because it was cheaper? Okay, well that's fine. They'll work, but they probably won't last as long. So don't be just start using them. Don't let them dry out or anything. But there's probably not as much on the off brands. There's probably not as much ink in the markers as, say, a Copic or even an Ohuhu these days. Ohuhu seems to be like everybody's brand, Okay, we got a nice little base and left some highlights. And now let's go back in with some dark. Let's see, do I want this dark though? No, let's try this one. Maybe. Okay, so I'm going to get in here. I'm going to get both markers going at the same time here so I can switch back and forth while one's wet. I can get in here and blend. Are you still here, Falcon? Does this look like you? Falcon was teasing earlier when I started showing the book cover. Because, it looks like me. And I said, well, okay, let's see when we color. Yep. He said, yep. Oh, my goodness. See, while the edge is, while the marker is wet, I mean, while the paper is wet with what you just put down, then you go in with your other color to blend. I'm looking forward to seeing Janet's Pantone cards today. Her Pantone cards and her some of her Scabby books. I think I saw somebody convince her to pull some of her Scabby books out from some years ago. She's done. Do you know how many years you've done the Scabby, Jan? I know we've talked about this before. How many years have you done the Scabby hunt? I'm going to put a few little extra. Did she say 8 years? She says. And Janet does it she has been doing it every year on New Year's Eve on the Streamathon. And we usually give you till, I say we, because we promote it all together, till April 1st to finish 100 prompts. And then Janet does a giveaway. And like I said, Denise doesn't ever finish it. She works on hers all year long because she has so much fun doing it. She can't wait. By the time October rolls around, she's waiting for, when's the new Scabby? I want to do the new Scabby. All right, so there we go. We can put some more highlights in his hair after a while. You know, and again, I always go in with pencil as well. But let me say this now: when you use alcohol markers, Leona or anybody else that's coloring with for the first time, or maybe not the first time, but if you're coloring with alcohol markers or any kind of water based or liquidy stuff on these thin color book pages, because I'm giving y'all some. Look, for one, it goes through, okay, but for the other thing is you got to wait till this is 100% dry before you start going in there with pencil. If you start going in with pencil while it's wet or damp, and you can tell if it's cold to the touch, it's not dry, then you're going to peel your paper, tear your paper. You don't want to go in with pencil until it's 100% dry. Okay, just FYI. Oh, thanks, Tina. Tina put in a link to Janet's channel there. The Falcon said, I have curly hair and my daughter now has the curls. Aw. Oh, is she little? I mean, you don't have to give too much personal information at one. I just wonder if she's little and she's just getting curls. Oh, that's cute. All right, so let's see. Let's see. I really need a cream color. Like, there we go. This color's good. I want to do it's going to probably pop through the back, but that's okay. We'll pretend it's a design on the fabric. All right, so let's just go ahead and get this based in. And we could, if I would have thought about it, guys, instead of doing alcohol markers where I know that the writing from the back here's, because I'm giving y'all some of these and they all have this on the back. This page is intentionally left blank. This is on the back of every page. So if you're going to use alcohol markers, know that that's going to come through. Okay, it's going to come through. I'm trying to do this really lightly so it doesn't come through much. But if you know it's going to come through, then don't use markers right there. Just use pencil. Use color pencil on the parts where you know that writing is going to come through. Do you know what I mean? Know what I mean, Vern? And Jaya, you're new. If you would send me your address, I will send you a welcome to the Fibs Friends in the Box. That's what FIB stands for. Friends in the Box. I'll send you a sticker or something if you want to. Let me find my keyboard. I moved it way over here, away from Malibu. Put in my. Let me put in my email. If you'll email me, and I don't share your address with anybody, and I don't put you on an email list. But there's my email. If you'll tell me, send me your address, I'll send you a thank you for visiting, thank you for being here, and hope you'll return. All right, so there we go. All right, now let's see. Do I want to? I think I want to go in with some blue first, and then the gold. And again, I'm keeping the colors pretty minimum. I'm going to go in here with some pencil and do some more work on them. Same thing for in here. Oh, here, I missed a spot here. Wait a minute. Here we go. I got to get all this. This is part of the scarf or the ascot, whatever you want to call it. Or is ascot the type of knot that makes the fabric called an ascot? I don't remember. Anyway, there's some more And let's see, I think I'm going to go ahead and do, again, I'm doing minimal amount of colors. So let's just go ahead and put this down in here, that fabric color, kind of a creamy silk color. Anything over there? No. Okay, I think that's good. All right, but look with what do you call it? Grayscale coloring. See how it already gives you the shadows. It shows you where to shade. Hi, Rahi. How you doing? My pleasure. Do you think you're welcome? Just tell me your screen name here when you write me or when you email me. If you just give me your real name and I don't know who you are, you know what I mean? All right. So let's see here. Let's go in with some of the dark. Let's see. Do I want this dark blue or let's test them both. Let's see. Yeah, I think I want this dark blue. And I'll use, this one has a chisel tip and a like a bullet nib. Nowadays, I'll only buy markers that have a brush tip. But I have some of all different ones, and I'll still use them, especially like these tiny areas. Do you know what I mean? Some of these tiny areas that what do you call it? It behooves you to have a bullet tip or a smaller tip. But yeah, all right. So I want to do enough of the blue so that I can go in here with the gold, some of the gold. This is going to look fabulous when it's done. I will try to finish, and I'm still working on the Fairy Tale Land. I forget what the name of the book is that View sent me. And I am working on the Mouse Guard. I still got those. I got them going on, people. We'll get to them. We'll get back to them, or I'll finish them and post them on IG. So this is this is the kind of small details that take some time. And I know all you colorists out there love to see this kind of thing. So thank you if you're a colorist for being here. I follow a lot of the colorists. I do have hundreds of coloring videos in my repertoire. In my playlist, I have a coloring book playlist. So feel free to go over there. Same thing for books. I have a playlist for books. So, and you could do this with pencil. You don't have to do this with marker. It's just kind of fun, It's fun to do with marker and blend, and you can get a lot of coverage with some marker before you go in with pencil. But it's fun to do all different mediums. That's why I call myself a mixed media artist, because we do it's all different. We'll do alcohol markers. We'll do acrylic markers. We'll do watercolor. Color pencils of different variety. Okay, so see, doesn't that look cool, that color? Especially when we get that gold in there, right? Each of your color choices. Oh, thanks, Riri. I hope so. That's what we hope, right? That's what we hope. And it does look like in my sample here, the piping is on the edges is the blue, not the gold. And you do have to remember when you're using alcohol markers, don't just hold your marker there for too long. It will feather out if it gets too wet, especially on some thin papers. So you want to kind of be, if you're not fast at it, then just pick up your marker. Don't let it just sit there on the paper because you'll get it feathered out. So that looks pretty good. Let's get in here with some other areas that are going to be blue. I know it's going to gotta kind of get up here. It's very tiny, so okay. You make grayscale coloring look easy. It's not. With the shadow art, gray mud is a real concern. You think? Really? you think? I mean, I think grayscale is the easiest to color. That's odd, Kat, coming from you, the professional expert colorist. I'm serious, Kat. If y'all have not seen Kat and Pace coloring work on Instagram, I'm shocked. I'm shocked. I tell you that you think grayscale is hard. That's funny, Kat. Oh, what time is it? I got about 4 or 5 more minutes. I want to get to some gold because I want to do our giveaway, and we'll see what the time looks like. This marker is a little older because, like I said, it's Hoo Hoo Hero. It's before Oh Hoo Hoo. It may have been the same company, but these Hoo Hoo Heroes were before Oh Hoo Hoo. So this one's kind of some years old. So I've had this, and I love this blue, so that's probably why it's getting a little. Still working, but I'm having to go over it a couple times. There we go. All right, so let's see. Now I want to get in between some of these little areas with the blue. And we'll go in there with some gold on a brush. Okay, I might go in here with, let me check on this is kind of a goldy color. I want to get a little bit of some marker areas with like shadowed with this kind of yellow ochre kind of goldy color. And then I'll go over it with the gold ink. And so hopefully this will give us a little bit of gold shadow as well as an underpainting. We'll see. We'll see if this works out like I'm thinking. I'm hoping. Okay, just a little bit there. Okay, all right, let's go back over with the dark blue and do these edges here. Okay. I'm never good with small details. Well, yeah, and I'm trying to kind of hurry too. You really don't want to try to, hurry when you're doing it. I'm just, it's because I'm on stream. All right, let's see. Let's do it. Let's do this right here, and then we'll get out the gold. Do this kind of area in here. Okay. All this, I'll have all that will be gold in there, and this up here as well. But I'm just going to kind of concentrate on one little area since we don't have a whole lot of time. But I'm just glad there are comic books with I know, right, Riri? All right, so now let me show you this gold. Let me get me let's move my keyboard over here somewhere where the cat won't jump on it, but still out of my way. Let me get a nice liner brush. Let's see, is this one good? Let's see. Hang on, guys. Oh, maybe this one. We'll see. This one and a small something. Nope, that one's too thick. Hang on, going through my paintbrushes over here. No. All right, I got to go behind the computer to get closer to some brushes. Hang on. That one might work. All right, let's go with these two. Malibu's pouting on the floor. Oh, yeah, you can never finish. That's any kind of art. You're never going to finish learning everything. All right, so let's see here. So I got me a nice big liner brush. It looks flared out, but once it gets wet, it'll. And then I got this little kind of angle brush there. All right, y'all ready to see this gold? Wait for it. Wait for it. And it's going to look just as gold in person. Look at that. This is the best gold you'll ever. Now you're going to pay probably $20 or $25 when it goes on sale for one of these little jars. But just saying, there ain't nothing like this gold. Nothing like this gold. And anybody that has it will attest to that. Unless you're going to use gold leaf. All right, so let's see here. You'll have to hold my breath. And if you don't want to use ink like this, there are tons of gold, like Panda Fly gold, gel pens, but it's not going to do that. So there's lots of other ways to put gold down. Okay. Now, I just want to see if this is going to be, let me see if it's going to be thin enough to cover. I don't want to cover up all the line art. So let's just see. I might have to water it down. I don't think I've ever tried to water this down because I like it the bright gold. Well, let's just try it. Let's just get a little in here. And I'll try it just to see. We'll test. Because I wanted a couple shades of gold in here. All right, let's see. Let me just get some. Let's see here. Here, I'll get a little drop in here. Let's just see what happens. All right, let me get some in here. Okay, and a tiny bit of water. Let's just see if it does thin it out, but still keep the vibrancy of the gold. I'm going to test. I mean, it'll thins it out and it goes over, but I want to see what it does when it, if it still is gold-like, if it's still as vibrant. So let's just do a little bit of this. We can always go back over it with straight gold if I need to. But I want to see what happens if it still sparkles, if you will. And I might go in with some stickles to make it like a thick, shiny gold too. We might do that too. We'll do all three. We'll do all three things. All right, let's see. It's still, oh yeah, it still sparkles, even watered down. See? All right, so we got that. Now let's go back in here. Let's put a little bit more water in here. I didn't know if it would hold its glittery gold with water in it, but it is. Don't remember if I've ever tried to water this down before. I don't think so, but maybe. All right, now, get in here. I'll get this. Oops, a little too thick. Thin it down there. I'm not looking at chat, guys, so I'm probably missing some stuff. Give me a minute. We'll do our giveaway here in a minute. And you can cut them out and put them in your journal, or you can, like what I do with my color book pages, is I trim them down and then mount them on black cardstock. Maybe I'll do some liquid pearls. That might be good. Maybe. All right. And if you do any kind of thing like liquid pearls or stickles, it's going to be dimensional. So you can't really leave it in a color book and have that dimensional bubble, bumps, because it's going to affect your before and after pages. But these kind of things, I cut them out, mount them on black cardstock, and put them in my three-ring binders. Okay, so wait a minute. Now let's just see here what I want to do. All right, let me go ahead and stop on this for a minute. All right, now I want to get my darkest blue. Hopefully that's not going to affect us. I want some dark blue in some of these areas. And maybe I'll just kind of do a little bit of tap just to kind of make it look a little fabric-y, maybe. Kind of scumbly. So it kind of looks like velvet. Okay, let's go. I think I'll turn it. That nice dark blue right along that edge. Okay, I gotta wait for that gold to dry before I put any more marker in there. But y'all can kind of see how it's going. Can y'all kind of see? Hi, Jane. And then some of these are gonna have darker. All right, so I think you can kind of see how it's going. It's hard to see the detail because it's so gold. But all right, let me get a little bit of highlight for his hair, and then we'll wrap it up. Let's see. Yellow ochre. I do want a tan for me. Let's see. That's going to be too yellow. Maybe this color. We'll try these colors. And kind of a tan color. Let's see. All right, let's see here. This one enough to put a little bit of highlight in his hair. It's going to look cool, don't you think? Don't you think it's going to look good? Tracy, it's from Medieval Majesty. I'll back up here in a minute. And I'm getting ready to do a giveaway of some of these pages. I'm going to cut some pages out and do a giveaway. And Kat put the link in earlier. All right, so let's see. I'm going to put a few little highlights. Maybe a little bit in his eyebrow too. There we go. Remember that his hair's dry now. You don't want to do this when the marker is wet. I don't want to stick my arm in that gold paint either, or that ink rather. All right, so we got to start there. Hi, Joanne. You're welcome, Tracy. All right, let's back up here. Let me get my mouse unasleep. Okay, so you can see it's coming along. It's going to have nice dark blues in there and the gold. And I'll go in there with some pen too and kind of help define some of the gold, I think. But I'm going to stop and let me see. Let me see if I want, do I want gold or do I want liquid pearl gold? Let's see. So we can do liquid pearls. That might be too, I don't want to say dull, but might need gold. Let's see. Maybe, do I want that gold? But it's not going to be the right gold. Might have to do like diamond clear. Do clear color, and then it'll pick up the gold. I'm not sure. This one is, what color is this one? I don't know. It looks a little bronzy. I might have to go with the liquid pearls. I might. Let's see. If I go with the icicles, that's going to be too thick. Gotta think about these things, guys. You really do. And I got copper. Copper would be good too. Add some copper somewhere. But all right, let's see about this liquid pearls. I'm going to do liquid pearls. And I'm not going to do much because I'm not done with enough to put it on. But I want you to be able to see it, you know. So let's see here. All right, let's see what I can do here. Hang on. And don't do your something like this until you're ready to set your work aside like for some hours. Because otherwise you'll be dragging your hand through the liquid pearls. And trust me, I know I've done it before. Okay, and I think I'm going to do some little dots because I've already colored this background the darkest blue, so I can go ahead and do that. Can't do it on the lighter areas. Okay. Who's knocking on my door? Who's ringing my doorbell? How dare they ring my doorbell? Hang on, let me go peek and see if I want to answer it. Okay, someone with a clipboard in their hand. So I don't, we have it's no soliciting in here, but you know, they do it anyway. But someone ringing my doorbell with a clipboard, no. You might hear it ring again, but all right. I just peeked out the window to see. Okay. Whew, had to hold my breath, and now I'm out of breath. Let's see how that looks. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Wait for it. Okay. What do you think? No, I didn't answer the door, Tina. I just peeked out the window and saw somebody standing there with a clipboard selling something, and I don't want any of whatever they're selling. So there we go. What do y'all think? And of course, it's that shiny gold at the other angle, which is very hard to photograph. When you do something with that gold like that, you have to take a few pictures so you can get the angle. Right? Isn't that gold stunning? And then if you turn it this way, you see the dimensions of the liquid pearls. It's going to be cool when it's done. All right, so let me put this stuff aside now. And let's see. I want to keep this separate from those because I'm using those two for one. You know, I want to keep them organized. Okay. All right, so now we're going to do our giveaway. So I'm going to put him right over here. And I'm going to cut out some pages, and I'm gonna be very I'm just gonna give pages away even if they might be my favorites. Because what I'm gonna do, here's how I'm gonna cut some out. Although no, I think I'll keep the horse. I have to keep one horse. Okay, and I'm gonna cut a bunch of pages out. So what I'll do is I'll give each 2 US, 2 international. That one's stuck. 2 US, 2 international. And I'll give y'all each 2 pages each. So that's 8 pages all total. I got to cut out. 1, 2, 3, 4. And thank you, Riri, for sending this. And I know she doesn't care if I share. And so what I'm going to do, that one cut a little. Trying to be careful. Y'all can trim it down if you need to. All right. What you can do, I will send a piece of black. I'll put it up 1 piece of black cardstock in as well, so you can cut it down and mount it on black. One of them on black cardstock. If I get 2 pieces of cardstock in there, it's going to be too. It's going to start turning into a package instead of an envelope. All right, so I think that's it. Let's see. All right, let's move him over there. I don't want the cat to jump up on here, so let's move this out of the way so that she doesn't jump up on there. The keyboard. Take a sip of lemon water. Okay, now let me find my envelopes. All right, I got 4. Yeah. All right, so here's how it works. I'm sure Tina's already probably put in a whole bunch of info already, or Kat. I don't think Janet's put in anything, but hi, Raul. Good to see you. Hope you're doing all right. It's always good to see you. Everybody keep Raul's health in your prayers. Hello, Fire Horse. Anybody else I'm missing? All right, so we'll do international first. International only. Pay attention. International only. Wait till I type in go. Put in a number between 1 and 100. One number only. Don't change your number. Take it, erase it, and put another one in. Just one number. First 2 people closest without going over. I'll send you 2 pages. Let me get some black cardstock. I need 4 sheets. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Oops. All righty. And these 2 are very similar, so I don't want to send someone the same guy almost. So let's see here. All right, so we'll do him and a black cardstock. Hang on, I'm going to put them together. Y'all got to be patient a minute. And I like to put a little, what do you call it in there? I should put let's put the cardstock on the face so that if anything, Okay, so there's that one. Then we'll do him and him. I'm trying to kind of have them a little different, so they all don't look the same. All right, so let's do these 2 guys and a black cardstock and an envelope. All right, and then let's see which ones are the most different. Let's see, these 2 and these 2. Okay, so there and there. And thank you, Riri, for the book that we can share. Everybody can practice. And you don't have to color with alcohol markers. You can just color with pencil. Okay, and then these 2. All righty. So we're going to do international only first. Wait till I type in go. I'm not looking at chat. All right. So there we go. International only. When I type in go, put in one number only. Make sure you have all messages at the top. It won't matter for the giveaway, but it'll matter that you won't see all the messages unless you have all messages clicked. All right. Hang on. I'm going to put in go. There we go. And we'll give it another extra 30 seconds or so because I know the ads are a little bit more today. So we'll just give it a minute, We'll give it an extra minute or extra 30 seconds for the because ads are probably popping up. So I'm going to change it to mid ads, like Pam, what do you call it? Ginger Pam told me to do, or well, she does it, I guess. So it's less ads for you guys, but still have some ads. All right. So there you go. Move all this out of my way. So I'll give you all an extra 30 seconds or so. Especially when we do US. All right, did everybody get your numbers in? Get them in. I'm going to count down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, thank you, Jaya. All right, there we go. Now let me bring up my random.org. Hang on, let me get over there. Random. Okay, so there's random.org. Here's our little number generator. First two people closest to 92 without going over. 92. First two people closest to 92 without going over. All right, scrolling back. 92 without going over, because it looks like it might be Jane with 89. I think Jane has 89. And who's the next closest without going over? Is anybody in? Oh, there's some people in the 70s. Dot has 75. Now, Dot, are you going to color these? Dot, before I put your name down, you have to tell me you're going to use these. Dot, are you going to color these? All right, so there's international. All right, next we're going to do US. Same rules apply. Wait till I type in go. When I type in go, USA only. 1 to 100. Okay. I know you will be, Jane. I'm teasing on Dot. All right, USA only. Dot. You missed what I said. You're funny. Come on, enter. Hang on, there it goes. All right. I'll give y'all another extra 30 seconds because I know that ads might be popping up. But y'all can obviously see that numbers are being put in. USA only. Put your number in. What is it, Malibu? You want to come up right here? We're almost done. I know you want my full undivided attention up here. I know. All right. Get your numbers in. All right, I'm going to count down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Don't dilly-dally, dawdle, or lollygag. 1. Okay, here we go. New number. We're going to pick a new number. 84. First two people closest to 84 without going over. 84 without going over. Scrolling. 84 without going over. I see some in the 60s. Okay, Laverne has 70. Oh, Christina has 80. So I think it's going to be Christina 331. She had 80. And who had, did Laverne come in with 70? Is Laverne the next one with 70? Laverne had 70. There we go. Okay, so Laverne had 70. Okay, so there we go. Christina, Laverne, Dot, and who was a fourth person? Jane. So y'all get those. I'll get those out this week. I appreciate y'all being here and hanging out. And where's my page I worked on? Let's show you the page. And I hope y'all enjoyed. I hope y'all enjoyed coloring, painting, inking, and looking at this book. This is the one we gave pages away out of. Thank you, Riri. Riri's the one that sent us this book. And also looking at a whole bunch of Taschine art books today. I hope y'all enjoyed that. I enjoyed showing them. I'm going to start showing some more of my favorite art books as we go along. So, all right, guys. Well, I hope y'all enjoyed that. Y'all have a blessed rest of your day. Janet comes on at 1 Eastern. She's going to show some of her Pantone cards that she's done, painted. Oh my gosh, they're amazing. Her Pantone cards, and also some of her Scavvy books from the last 8 years. So thank you, Tina. I'm so glad that you and Kat made it this morning and all the internet issues are good. All right, guys. Y'all have a blessed rest of your day, and we'll see you at Janet's. Bye.